This path has always been meant for me. I just took a detour to get here. Hello world, I am Ivana, and as you might know from watching my previous videos, I have been pivoting in my career from front-end web development to graphic and web design. But I wanted to talk about, in this video, a little bit about why I decided to go into design. Like, how did this all happen? When did I decide that this will be the right step for me? And maybe that will help you with the decision, like, should you go after your dream career, or are you in the process of finding it? Like, should you pursue something that you're passionate about? And yeah, hopefully it's helpful to some of you. Let's go. So I need to start, of course, with my young years. When I was younger, I really liked art, I really liked drawing, and I really liked drawing sort of like people, and I liked designing clothes, which then led to me going to design school for clothing mainly. We didn't have that much drawing lessons or at all actually, and so what I liked to do was draw on the side and create a little bit of fantastic mystical sort of pieces. I really liked that area. I really like fantasy and magic and all of this. So I took this into my drawings and my paintings, and I really liked doing this. However, it was around that time, like, art professions and going to college for art was not, it was from my area or my circle of like peers and my parents and all of this. This was sort of like frowned upon. I don't know how it is in other countries or for other people, but in this case, it was a little bit frowned upon. Like, this is not a real career. You cannot do anything with it in the future. And I didn't know that there was an option to go into graphic design at this point. So I went to engineering instead. And I mean, that was also interesting to me. I really liked learning about electronics. I really liked learning about automation, and all of it was really interesting, the whole engineering degree that I had. However, it was really difficult for me to get a job with it afterwards. There are only so many places that you can work at in Bulgaria. And so I tried for a few internships and I failed at those. But I went, my first like sort of serious job that I had was working at the commercial department in a company that was selling elevators. And so that job was, I think I lasted like 2 years or something, 2.5 maybe, I don't know exactly. However, this job was very fundamental for me to learn how to work at, like, in an environment, first of all with clients, with my coworkers, with coworkers abroad, because we were ordering elevators from Spain, importing them in Bulgaria, and like writing emails to those partners and to the clients. That was very important for the workflow. So organizing your work, writing emails, and trying to get information as efficiently as possible was something that I learned in that job, right? It was forming my soft skills enough that I can say that I'm very comfortable using them right now. But that one was not a job that you want probably for the rest of your life. If someone wants that, I don't want to I don't want to say like your opinion doesn't matter. It's just, for me, it wasn't the correct position, the correct job. I'm not into sales. I don't want to sell elevators, and that's why I decided to move on to another position or to another completely new area, which was the electricity market in Bulgaria. It's the electricity market in Bulgaria is like a liberal market, as in producers of electricity like generating electricity from like wind generators or sun panels. They can sell the energy that they produce from those renewable sources. So there is a market for this in Bulgaria. I don't know how it's in other countries, but that was really also really interesting to me. What that job gave me, first of all, was a lot of Excel knowledge. So much Excel. I am very thankful to my colleague who taught me Excel, and there was just so much Excel. I cannot. That one was also interesting, but again, at like 2.5 years or so, I again felt that this was not something that I want to do for the rest of my life, and so I decided to start learning. I wanted to learn something, right? Yes, I learned something on each of those jobs. Don't get me wrong. However, I wanted to learn constantly in some area, right? Not only soft skills, because those you can learn and then you just go into autopilot sort of. But with, let's say, programming, there is always something to learn. It's either new knowledge, new framework, new I don't know what. And so I decided to pursue programming, which is how I ended up being a front-end developer. I liked doing that. I really like CSS in particular. Many people hate it. I don't know, I like it. It's much more intuitive to me than some people say that it is for them. Like, to them, it doesn't matter. To me, it makes a lot of sense. And that could be maybe because of the teacher that I had, the courses that I was going to. The teacher was absolutely amazing. He knew CSS in and out, left and right, whatever you want to ask him, he is ready with an answer. He was so good. And so, yeah, I think I learned a lot. And because it was given to me from such a person who was talking about CSS very easily and very logically, like it made sense to me as well. And so for several years, I was making websites. And I was making websites, I mean, not only obviously with HTML, CSS, but like React apps. Next.js was the latest technology that I was using, was Next.js. And then I was working at this company with a designer this designer was, he was working with the branding of the company plus the website design of the company. As in, he was making everything design related inside the company for the company. Also, the company hosted like 1 or 2 conferences, which he made the designs for them as well, as in key visuals, logos, web designs, like all of these. And so at some point, I was feeling like my work is not super interesting anymore. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do Next.js. I don't want to do CSS. Not anymore, but I don't want this to be my main job. And so I really liked what he was doing, the designer. And I thought, I really want to do this too. And so in the beginning, it wasn't really, oh, I'm pivoting from development to design necessarily. It's, I want to supplement my developer skills with design skills. And not only like web design skills, but like UX, UI, plus not graphic design necessarily, but like image manipulation, maybe logo design or something like this. I wanted to have knowledge in those areas so that I can be more helpful as a developer as well. And in that moment, I thought, I'm gonna start like learning Photoshop, Illustrator, whatever. I signed up for an academy in Bulgaria that had fundamentals courses for Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, After Effects, UX and UI design. And I thought these are the perfect courses for me to supplement my development skills. However, plans don't always go as you plan them, I guess. And so I really started liking graphic design. I gotta say, I'm not the best at it yet. Obviously, I realize this. However, I want to get good at this. And because this is something that I wanted to find. I wanted to find something that you constantly learn and get better at. I believe that this is for me right now. And not only because of this, because of the learning perspective, but also like since I was little, I liked graphical and visual arts. And while I know that graphic design is not art, it is really helping me with scratching that itch, I guess, to create some artsy pieces, but also it's helpful to someone, to the client, or it has some purpose in like advertising or I don't know, banners or something like this, social media posts, something like this. And it's very important for me for them to be aesthetically pleasing. And so I think this is for me. I think graphic design is for me. Maybe not only graphic design. Maybe after I get good at graphic design, I will start like increasing my knowledge in like UX, UI design, motion design. There is so much room for growth for me that I cannot believe that I will reach any point that I will be ready and I will think I know everything there is to know for me, and that's it. Like I have to stop there. Like I don't expect there to be such a point. So I think this is a really nice area to go into for someone like me who wants to constantly be learning new things and who wants to create visuals and like aesthetically pleasing stuff. I want to say and make it very clear that you will not immediately be good at something. Obviously, if you want to get good at something, you will make the effort and you will learn and practice stuff to get good at this thing. So, what I'm saying is, if you want to have your dream career, don't just say, I am not good at this, and so I will never be this or this. Like for me, it was designer, for example. I will never be a good designer because I can't draw or because I don't draw very well. No, if you want to be good at something, it will take effort, it will take time, and if you don't like the journey, if you don't like this whole process of learning and getting better at something, you might have a bad time or you might not want to be the thing that you want to be. If you want, I guess, if you want to be an athlete, world known, you probably needed to have started since you were 5. But let's say you want to be a programmer, you want to be a software developer, but you think I am not good at whatever it is. You probably just haven't done it enough to be good at it. So I understand now that it needs a lot of practice, a lot of time and effort to get good at something. But right now, while 10 years ago I might have been scared of this, to put all of this time and effort, right now I am not scared of it. And I also like the process and the journey of it. It is tiring, I'm not gonna lie, but I feel better. I feel better by doing this. And I hope this is something that might click with someone of you who is watching, who thinks I am not good at this, so I should give up. No, don't give up. You will get good at it, I promise. With a lot of effort and time and exercises, you will get good at it, I promise. I also think that right now, I think like this because I've gone through all of these jobs and careers that were not satisfactory to me. Yes, they've taught me so much, and they've also taught me that I don't want to do those things, but they've also gotten me ready to do this switch and to go after what I really want to do. So even though you might be working something that you don't enjoy right now, it might be just a timely thing and it will teach you something. Even if it's just, I don't want to do this, it still has taught you something. So I believe right now I am ready for this, to get into the design world. I am ready because I've gone through all of the previous experiences that I have. I've worked with so many different people that I've taken knowledge from. It's just much easier for me to start something new with all of this experience, right? It's easier to start a new job and to get comfortable in this new job if, I have all of this previous experience with starting new jobs. It's like practicing starting new jobs. I also want to add that don't go into a career that's sort of like hype right now, as in, I keep talking about designer or developer, and it seems that they are, well paid right now, or there are super many jobs like this. But if it's not something that you enjoy doing, and it's not something that you enjoy learning about, then I would advise maybe finding something else, or try it out, find a few tutorials online, see how you if you understand everything, if it's interesting to learn more, and then like go and pursue that. But in general, pursue something that's interesting to you. Life is too short for you to not pursue something that you're passionate about, okay? So I also understand that maybe not everyone has the privilege of pursuing what they dream about. And I really hope for those of you that, you'll get the chance to do that in the future. However, I believe there is enough, maybe so to say, like jobs and job opportunities for all of us to get something that we want, that we enjoy doing. It could be even like content creation online. I make these videos mostly for me, and I hope that they help someone with what I have to say. But even if it's content creation that you want to do, I mean, you just have to try doing it and see if you really like it, or do you just like the idea of it. In any way, I think that graphic design, or design maybe in general, this path has always been meant for me. I just took a detour to get here, a really, really long detour, like 10 plus years. But still, I had to take this detour to be ready to get to where I am and to continue growing and learning more. And so I think this is basically what I wanted to say. Just don't give up if you like doing something. There is so much opportunity nowadays to do what we like. And yeah, if you agree, please post down below in the comments. Tell me what you are pursuing currently, or what you would like to pursue in your career or in real life if you want to travel the world or something. Please like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Bye!